If you're watching this video, you need help comparing McKenna's endoscopy images to the images from a normal endoscopy. So let's check out the images from her endoscopy so that we can write about them. Okay, well, I'm noticing here, this is her esophagus. I'm first going to write what I notice about McKenna's esophagus. So that's this one right here. Well, I noticed that it looks like a tube. It's pink. There are small veins. See those little small veins or whatever those are? Maybe it's got blood flowing through them. Now the next question asks me, is it mostly different or the same as a healthy endoscopy? Well, I don't really see any big difference in this one. So I'm going to say it mostly looks the same. Okay, I'm going to X out and we're going to continue to the stomach. So first we're just going to write what we observe about McKenna's. Well, I see there are lots of bumps. It's pink. It looks kind of shiny and wet. Let's see if there's anything different about the stomach. Well, the stomachs look pretty similar. They're both shiny. They've both got these bumps. Maybe this one's a little bit darker, but I can't tell if that's just the angle of the camera. So I'm going to say mostly the same. The healthy looks a little darker, but that might be the camera. Okay, let's X out. I'm going to move on to the small intestine, the beginning. Well, first we're just going to write about McKenna's. So what do I notice? I notice again that it's pink, it's shiny and wet. It looks like a long tube. There's some ridges or bumps, but bigger than the stomach. The bumps are a lot bigger than those little small ones we saw in the stomach. And I'm noticing that the healthy one looks like it might have a lot more of those bumps than McKenna's. So I'm going to say the healthy small intestine looks like it has more bumps than McKenna's. Okay, let's continue. Keep going. Okay, now we're in the middle of the small intestine. I'm going to start just by writing about McKenna's. Well, I'm noticing that it's pink, but hers doesn't look as shiny and wet this time. It looks kind of dry. And I don't see any of those bumps that we were seeing before. Now let's compare it to a healthy small intestine in the middle. Wow, I see a lot of differences. So I'm noticing right away that the healthy small intestine has a lot more of those bumps than McKenna's. So the healthy small intestine looks like it has way more bumps than McKenna's. It also looks a lot wetter, right? This looks pretty dry. This looks more like it's wet. There's liquid in it. And it also looks wetter. All right, our last organ. Continuing down that really long small intestine. Oh my goodness. Way back up. And we're almost to the end of the large intestine. So I start by writing about McKenna's. Well, the first thing I'm noticing right away is that it's got some white and pink. I see lots of these little lines, which I think might be veins. It's kind of a triangle shape, and it looks like there's big bumps on it. Now let's compare them. They look pretty similar to me. They're both the triangle shape. I see the little lines on both. This one maybe looks a little darker, but that might just be the angle of the camera. I'm going to say they look similar, but the large intestine might be a little darker color. So if I'm looking at this, her esophagus is mostly the same. Her stomach is mostly the same, but it's a different color. The place where I'm really seeing the differences is the beginning of the small intestine and middle of the small intestine, but not really in the large intestine as much, just a little different color. So that's telling me that I think whatever is causing McKenna to feel sick must be coming from her small intestine. Remember, you'll use all of these notes that we just took when you write your answer here.